All right, huge congratulations to everybody in the space. I told you guys, I'm not selling one Bitcoin. I'm not selling one Bitcoin. I hope you guys are the same way. We're just freaking killing it. In this space, it's like everybody's got crypto money now, which is just Lambo money, mansions, like crypto is the place to be. I just looked at my MicroStrategy stock. Since I bought it, since they bought, it's up 500%. Crypto money is crypto money. All right. So anyways, we've been covering this for a long time. So yeah, congratulations to everybody in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency. Oh my gosh. So exciting. All right. So you got this falling wedge right here. We've been talking about on the channel for a massive amount of time. Falling wedge, falling wedge. Everybody's saying it's not a falling wedge. I'm like, it's a falling wedge. Well, let's measure it real quick together. But guess what? It hit our exact measured move. We've had this up for a long time. And I think the Elon Musk, public filing, I think that had a lot to do with it. But so you measure right there to right there, break it out, boom. Measured move, falling wedge, nice, we killed it. All right, where are we going now? Well, some huge things to look at that we've been talking about a lot on the channel. So I was one of the first people to talk about the cup and handle. I said it was sloppy. Everybody else is like, they don't even mention that, but I think it's a sloppy cup and handle. The other idea that we are looking at currently is, let's see. Oh, and by the way, our Ethereum long is doing good, but I don't really know if I want to take credit for that, because I don't know. Elon Musk pump was pretty. I see a lot of people like longing Bitcoin thinking that they're like this or that, and it's really like nobody could have predicted the news with the whole Elon situation. I don't really hear anybody talking about that. So congratulations to everybody. We longed. I've been taking profits. I can show you my trade right now over on Bybit. Possible double bottom. So, I mean, everybody's hitting moves around 51, 53. Definitely in the cards. What we're looking at is we're looking at a few things. We'll go over that in a second. I also called, what was it, that ETH was going to drop. We'll go over that in a second. Here, let me pull up my long position. It's nothing special. Most of my money is just tied down into the actual, me owning the actual asset. So, I mean, we're up 5%, 4%. Let me see if I can. Just give me 1 second. I'll put it on screen. But yeah, I mean, we always long. We're always doing good on this channel. We never lose money. We always make the best calls, like just standard practice. You guys know how it is. So yeah, we have this long position. I've been taking profits on it. It's looking good. It's just a very small position. I hope you guys didn't see how much ETH I have in my Bybit account. I don't want to like. There's always going to be somebody that's richer. You know what I'm saying? Like we might be doing good on this channel, but there's always going to be somebody that's richer. So it's like, I was just watching Mr. Beast, and I made like what $7,000, $8,000 yesterday, and then I watch a video on Mr. Beast, and he's giving away like 40 cars in one day. So each one of those cars is probably worth what I make in a day. So there's always going to be somebody that's richer, always. So, and Elon Musk isn't the richest man in the world. It's definitely the Rothschilds and the Freemasons, the Knights Templar. Like, nobody really talks about that, but that's just facts. They are by far the wealthiest. They had all the money back then, and it didn't go anywhere. I mean, they invested it. All right, so let's take a look. So we have a few things that we're going to be looking at on. Is this what's the swing low to swing high on this? Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like that. And then, yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to reanimate this a little bit, get her up to speed on what exactly we do on the channel. This is a golden pocket, like I said. We're going to make it gold because it's a golden pocket. They already do this on Bybit, but if you trade on Bybit, you guys know that. So broke out of the golden pocket, hit it perfectly. Oh my gosh, was that a position to enter in? Boom, blast off. All right, that's fine. We got that out of the way. I got you debriefed on that. Good stuff. We're moving on. So we're going to turn down the background on that. You guys can still look at that, but we got more stuff to cover. So we got a lot to cover today. We got a lot to cover today. So I'm super hyped. Oh, our fib channels. You got to see our fib channels that we have on some of our other graphs. Man, it is just a good freaking day in crypto. Oh, are we breaking new all-time highs again? Sheesh. Gosh, dang it. Did I even... It's whatever. It's whatever. We made plenty today and yesterday, so I don't even care. So then we would take this right here, and we would drop it right here. And then we're going to turn up the background so you guys can see it. Oh, perfect. It saved our settings. We have the golden pocket. I just like it being gold. Like maybe you're used to the blue. We can bring it back to blue, but... Okay, that's on the 1 hour. We're not getting any long signals from Market Cipher. Market Cipher had the craziest long call earlier, like a few hours ago, and it was just stupid accurate. So it's saying that it's a bottom right here. Nice. And then it looks like this momentum wave's about to pass. Very nice. This momentum wave is definitely bigger than this one. Everything, this one's smaller. This is looking really good. The main thing that I wanted to go over with you guys today that I was really concerned about is, are we going to consolidate? Because I've been watching these charts for pretty much all day now. And I was like, are we going to consolidate? Are we going to get, if we consolidate, potentially we have divergence on the MACD, the RSI. I was a little bit concerned about that. I was like, well, we're in ETH, so if Bitcoin decides to take a breather and Bitcoin dominance, let's see, and if Bitcoin dominance goes back down, we're still technically an altcoin. So either way, we'd do good. But I think I'm going to take profits on this long around 2,000, something like that. I already took profits on it before just because I was just, Bitcoin. I was just like, what's going on with Bitcoin? And that's really what's leading it. I don't really have a problem with ETH. All right, let's take a look at some ETH charts. ETH still hasn't broken its all-time high from this morning. And then here's what's interesting. So I got to go over all these ideas with you. So if you noticed, my average buying price looked pretty weird when we were buying at this level. I bought a little bit down here. And so you're like, if I'm longing it at the absolute bottom, why is my average cost basis 16.68? Like it's all the way right here. And a lot of it was because I was taking profits. And then on top of that, I was buying more. So as soon as it broke all-time highs again, around 70, I think around 70, 1770, I put more in. And usually when you're talking about this, it's a pretty busted head and shoulders, if anything. But it looks like it could be a double bottom. And I'm going to go over that with you guys because that's a common misconception. And I just want to kind of like clarify what's going on the graphs right now. So right here you have a bottom. Right here you have another bottom. And then clearly you have this neckline right here. And so you say to yourself, okay, well, we're trading a double bottom.
Well, there's two bottoms. Yes, that's the neckline. Like, yes, but so in a traditional, when you look at a textbook, when you start reading textbooks for technical analysis, they're going to tell you that the price action needs to come up from the top and go down to the bottom, hit once, hit twice, and then come back up and break the neckline, and that is a double bottom. So really, we don't have a double bottom. So why was I personally buying at 1770 to break an all-time high? Is because we just set a new higher high, and really what that does on the more macro time frames is it validates an entire uptrend. So really what we're looking at right now is a massive uptrend, and it's validated by this higher high. So this is a high, this is a lower high, this is a low, this is a lower low. It looks really good. So I was buying it because of different technical analysis than you might think of. If you're thinking double bottom, it's not really a double bottom, but yeah, because I get a lot of people, I get a lot of channels, like they look, but they don't actually know like the technical fundamentals, and so they say things like that. So I just want to correct the community, make sure you guys are learning what you need to learn, making sure you need to know what you need to know. All right, this is just such a gorgeous pattern. I was literally so excited to come on and talk to you. Like, everything we've been talking about on these charts has just been absolutely massive. Bitcoin dominance got freaking murked. I told you guys. I try not to say I told you guys so much on this channel, but I literally did. I did tell you guys. Altcoins are still doing well though, so that's really interesting. So we'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance in a second, but altcoins are still doing well. To me, this means that a lot of money is flowing into the cryptocurrency market cap, and so it's not necessarily Bitcoin versus the altcoins for BTC.D. What it shows me is, look at that perfect bounce. Like, this chart is just so gorgy, like it's straight freaking gorgy. Look at it ride that, like, oh my gosh. And like, people don't really use fib channels, and I'm telling you guys, it literally all comes down to education. These do work perfectly. Look at it hit that bounce. We've had this fib channel on for so long. I mean, just imagine you get that bounce right back into the golden pocket area. Like, it's just so straight gorgeous. All right. So, yeah, that's really what this is, kind of like the idea that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, obviously, Ethereum's in an uptrend. We kind of went over the technicals for that. I told you it's not really in a double bottom textbook, but it did technically, it is in a macro uptrend, and it did break this high, and then you have this lower high, and then, you know, low and higher low. So, this is really the graph that I'm looking at right now, and it is just straight gorgy. Like I said, like, when you understand technical analysis, when you can do technical analysis and everything comes together and you get, it just is fun. It's like doing math, and like you like do like a math problem, and it's all this and that, and then when you're done, everything like makes sense and you solve the problem. And you know it's just fun when you solve the problem. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is all the fib circles. There's a lot going on here. We're going to zoom out. Essentially, this is really probably the most valid area, right around 1800. I might be taking a little bit of profits. Possible. We have these fib circles. I'm debating about redrawing them. But these are huge in technical analysis. And we have a fib fan, which is really cute. We got all the cool stuff on this channel, by the way. So, all the real stuff too. Like, all this stuff works. Like I said, it just comes down to education. Oh my gosh, and a massive Fibonacci. And it looks like this. Is this the golden pocket right here? It all just comes down to education. This Fibonacci, no, it's not the golden pocket. Broke through the golden pocket on this macro fib. retracement. So you see the fib retracement. I'm sure you've seen it on different YouTube channels. The way these fib circles, fib arcs, fib timelines, fib wedges, fib fans, the way they work is they factor in different things like time. And so they're linear. They factor in not only the y-axis of the graph, the horizontal or the vertical, they also factor in the horizontal. So it gives you a more clear depiction of what's actually going on relative to the price action, both taking into accountability time and price action. So that's a little bit about the different fibs that we use on the channel. Again, 18 could be both psychological resistance. It could also be getting hit by this fib level. Absolutely massive. All right, guys. Let's take a look at BTC.D. Again, I'm literally so excited to show you these charts. I was just thinking the whole time, like the last video I made, I was telling you guys, I'll tell you guys in a second, but let's just take a look at this gorgeous freaking, I don't even think I drew this part. I think it literally just hit this perfectly. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I really don't, but oh my gosh. Market Cypher is always tripping. So again, this is on this channel we always talk about technical analysis and, being a technician, and it really comes down to education, because you can't just know the technical analysis. Nobody cares that you can figure out if there's a bullish or bearish divergence. You have to be able to interpret that analysis to be a real technician. Just memorizing a bunch of stuff. So this, if you're a technician for looking at Market Cypher and you're like, oh, I can read Market Cypher. So this is actually not bullish because it is bullish, but it's not bullish. So I'm going to go over it. Look how perfectly it tapped that level. Oh my gosh. Look how, guys, I told you guys we're the most underrated channel on the internet. I don't know what to tell you. I really truly do honestly believe that, not clickbait. But so it is and it isn't. So BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance. This is obviously the chart that shows where the money is flowing in cryptocurrency. What is the amount of money that's in Bitcoin relative to what's the amount of money in other altcoins? And right now on the charts, it's showing that 64.32 and now 64.28% of the entire currency supply in cryptocurrency is delegated respectively to Bitcoin. So it's all tied down to Bitcoin. And then the other, that would be 35 essentially 6. Percentage is in altcoins. And when Bitcoin dominance goes up, which I was warning you guys about, which I was telling you guys about, when Bitcoin dominance goes up, that means a lot of money is flowing into Bitcoin and not into the altcoins. But what I told you guys earlier is that if I don't want to pull up my Coinbase account because I have money on here. And it's all relative. It really doesn't do me any benefit to show you guys how much money I have. Not that I don't have money, but it just doesn't make sense. I'll just give you guys percentages. So for example, Chainlink, it's up 1% today. Stellar's up 1% today. Year-end Finance is up 4%. So a lot of the altcoins are up, but Bitcoin dominance is pumping. So what I'm saying is it's either one of two things. It's either the cryptocurrency market cap is going up and there's just more money flowing into both Bitcoin and the altcoins, or it also could be that people haven't realized because they're not following this channel that, when Bitcoin pumps, alts dump, and they haven't taken profits. They're still, from a perspective, my perspective, when I stake my Polkadot, or when I tie down different assets, or when I'm trying to move money around from different bank accounts, it takes time. If you're really in cryptocurrency, you understand that you can't just snap your fingers and get out of altcoins usually. For example, I have Polkadot staked. To unstake Polkadot, I think it's 28 days. So, if you're trying to take profits and you don't know that because Polkadot's a newer ecosystem and you don't know how long your capital's tied down for, essentially, you could have your money in Polkadot and It'll take like 28 days or something like it's around 28 days to unstake it. Just different things. A lot of people try and wait for Uniswap's gas fees to calm down, which good freaking luck, you know what I'm saying? And we talk a lot about that on the channel. And I mean, I definitely don't blame anybody, but if somebody only has $100 that they put into an altcoin and the gas fees on Ethereum right now are $40, they're going to try and wait like an hour or two for hopefully the gas fees to come down before they sell it. Lots of things like that. Also, you know, if you're trying to sell and like let's say, you know, you want to sell on Coinbase or whatever, move the money into your bank account and then transfer it over to, like, for example, Bybit to leverage. Banks are very slow and it usually takes like 3 days. So could be a delayed reaction from the market, could also be more money's just flowing into the crypto space. I think more money's just flowing into the crypto space. Elon Musk, you guys know, just bought 1.5. You guys know I bought MicroStrategies because I just told you guys a few minutes ago. And let's see, what are we going on next? BTC. Let's look at ADA. You guys know I love ADA so much. I'm literally so sad because you get all these noobs that come in and they think they know everything about crypto and now they're pumping ADA. And it's like, I just wish it was 10 cents again so I could continue accumulating it. Okay, good. It's calming down. Yeah, like on this channel, I was heavily accumulating. Like literally no one cared about ADA back here at like 10 cents. Oh, ADA, no one cares. And then all of a sudden everybody's buying it and it's like, can you guys stop buying it for a second so we can continue to accumulate it? So again, my strategy with ADA is we're going to wait for Bitcoin to pump really hard, just destroy Bitcoin dominance. And when that happens, then altcoins are going to come down in price. Hopefully we can scoop some ADA up around, not financial advice, seriously not financial advice, but we're going to be trading ADA downwards and hopefully around like 40 cents we can maybe pick some up. Maybe like the 20s if we get super lucky. And then obviously in the bear market is the other time we're going to be accumulating ADA on this channel because I have a bag of ADA and like literally we're making so much money off of it and it literally boils my freaking blood because I hate it because we need to accumulate more of it. You know, I don't really care about what the market says. We already know ADA is like the best cryptocurrency, so it's just kind of a bummer that everybody else is starting to pick up on what we've been talking about for a long time. So bummer. All right, let's go into Link. I think a Link might have tested that fib level that we were, or that wedge that we were looking at. Let's see what Link's doing. Hasn't tested it yet. I was debating selling my Link, and I was like, you don't even have that much Link relative to all the other coins you have. Just keep it. I mean, it's all right. It's my same thing with Stellar. I don't have a Stellar chart pulled up right now, so I'm not gonna go into it right now. I'm just getting all our bases covered really quick before I start going more in depth into everything we're talking about. Kind of my game plan, my strategy, what's going on. Straight gorgeous. So, you know, resistance right here, comes back, taps that baby as support, blast off, baby. We called that. Fibonacci retracement. Oh my gosh, what a gem. And I'm being dead serious. So, let's see. What else we got? What else we want to work with on the charts? I mean, Tesla stock, like, if you guys want me to go over Tesla stock, let me know. And if you guys want me to do Tesla stock with Market Cipher, let me know. Because, let's see. I got MicroStrategy right now. I don't have very much. I put almost all my stock money into crypto. So I barely had any money left in this account. I just put it all into MicroStrategies. My average cost basis was, let me see if I can pull this up. I just like, a lot of channels, they like to like go over like what they did or whatever so people believe them. But if you've been watching my channel, it's pretty hard not to believe anything. But just in case there's people out there that are like, I don't know, it doesn't even really matter. But
check it out. So I put the little remaining money I had in stocks into MicroStrategies. We're up 500% on it. Like I said earlier, cost base average was like around 200. It's trading for 1,000. It's up 30% on blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I really don't care at all. It's $60. You know, we're in crypto. We can make that in a few seconds.
literally, but you know, I'm looking at putting some money maybe into Tesla from MicroStrategies into Tesla because Tesla is working on EV cars. EV's freaking huge with the new current administration in the United States. They're basically going to force a lot of stuff Tesla. Tesla is just huge. Self-driving cars, huge. Electric vehicles, huge. It's 2021, and with the new current administration, I'm not saying I like them. I'm not saying I don't like them. Like, I don't like politics to begin with because they never bring up the real issues. Everybody that knows knows. But so we're not even getting into that. I'm just telling you, the new current administration is huge on EV cars. Tesla just bought 1.5 billion. I had Tesla for a little bit, but like I said, I had to put all my money pretty much in cash. I have real estate. I have a lot of money tied down into real estate. All the cash I had, I put into cryptocurrency, and then I just got this stock, which was MicroStrategies, which was crypto too. But because Tesla is, so I'm thinking about, putting some money into Tesla. So if you guys want to do that on the channel, because like I can only really recommend you guys like stuff that I'm doing because our track record is, I don't want to brag, but we have like probably one of the best track records on the planet through all my social media accounts. But let's see, let's pull this up. Let's pull this baby up. But so yeah, if you guys want Tesla stock, we'll just pull it up for a second, get Market Cipher involved, and I'll do a little technical analyst. Just let me know what you guys are thinking, what you guys are interested in. Because like I said, like this isn't really a crypto channel. I used to be a huge real estate guy, and I made a lot of money in real estate. And real estate's good, but it's just not it right now, baby. It's just not it. Oh, you can leverage your money in real estate. Oh, well, we leverage plenty of money in crypto. But yeah, once the bear market goes on, we'll start working on real estate. Get you guys debriefed. So this is not looking good. And, I'm hoping that Tesla stock drops or whatever. I hope shareholders are like, what? They bought Bitcoin? That's terrible. And they dump their shares. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, just look at the money flow right here, and then look at the 4 hours. So it's not looking good. Obviously, this is before the purchase, and momentum waves are not looking good on Market Cipher. Looks like a consolidation pattern. Looks like a channel right here. Channel with just this little outlier right here. And 1, 2. Again, you come in from the top with double bottoms, but these ideas tend to play out again, just in different ways. So I would definitely be interested in purchasing before 900. That looks like a good spot to get in. And then this uptrend is so strong that even if we do come down, it's only going to be in the relative short term. Yeah, it's a massive uptrend. And how's our Market Cipher RSI looking? And we're consolidating, so we're probably having some. Oh, Market Cipher put up a long position right here, and then an X and another X. And so, I mean, I think, like I said, it's like, how is the market going to react to people, to Elon Musk buying Bitcoin? I don't think everybody's for Bitcoin. So if Tesla stock does drop, I'm gonna have to pick some up and sell my micro strategies. Just that's my play. It's a beautiful play. Thank you, micro strategies, for 5x on a stock. You're the only stock I would literally buy during these times. I'm done with the stock market. We made like 400% in like a month or two, and that's plenty. And yeah, screw the stock market. I always have people that are like, "Oh, you want to invest? Like, I can't wait to get into stocks." And stocks, if you're in stocks, good luck. Good luck. Let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit it with a fib. We're going to hit it with a different fib than this fib, because this fib, what is this? Oh, this is a different fib. Is that measuring this? I don't know. We're going to delete that. We're going to delete this. Looks like that double bottom ended up playing out. Cute. All right. So we're going to hit this fib. Now, it all comes down to technical preference. The way that I want to do it, because we're possibly going to be looking at some bearish and bullish divergences on the RSI and the MACD, I want to be conservative on this fib. So we're going to go swing high to swing low. So let's take a look at the daily chart. We're going to start with our first one right here, and then I usually just put it down, and then I come back to it and adjust it from there. So this looks like a great, so it really just comes down to how conservative you want to be. A lot of people don't really know technical analysis, or they don't they haven't like fully like read the books and like really understand it. So really you can go from this swing high to this swing low, or you could go from this swing high to this swing low. And I think that the question you're going to be asking is, Hustle Investor Pete, you're the technician. You're supposed to figure out what's more relevant. And it really doesn't come down to relevancy, especially in a case like this. Really what it comes down to is preference, because we could easily hit this level right here, the golden pocket, bounce higher. We could easily hit this level and bounce higher. Everything as far as technical analysis goes is an idea until it's proven by the marks. By the price action. I said this before a lot, but I just heard Crypto Trading University talk about it, and he said price action is king. He used it in a different context. I definitely want to clarify on that, but price action is king. It doesn't matter if there's a double bottom. It doesn't matter if there's a double top. If the volume doesn't confirm it, if the price action doesn't confirm it, it does not exist. It is not valid. Drop it. You will get wrecked. Do not bring your opinions into this market, because people that have opinions, especially when you're trading, they do not make money. A lot of people had a lot of opinions about longing this ETH, and a lot of people were very arrogant and over appraised their whatever. And I'm not just talking. Here, let me pull up my... Look at my, whatever you call it, my Bybit. We're up. We haven't lost. We're killing it. I'm not just saying that I don't lose money. Like, I actually don't lose money. I'll show you my thing. So yeah, I mean, those are two things you don't want to be. Is you don't want to be cocky in these markets. You don't want to think you know it all, and you definitely do not want to be opinionated. Read the charts. Follow the charts. So this is definitely a potential area right here. The other one that we're going to be looking at is from right here. Perfect. Yeah. Drop it. There we go. Nope. Yeah, we'll just take a look at this one to begin with. That's fine. Or, damn, let's get the start of the pump. Let's get the most macro fib pulled up. And so basically what I'm saying, and like if you're like looking at longing it, whatever, this is going to be the most conservative target, but until we break bullish or bearish divergence, or bearish divergence potentially with this consolidation, I personally don't feel confident like longing it, like from a you know, like on this channel we don't gamble. That's like why we have a lot of success. Like it's all about investing, and it's really just a lot of times like people think they're investing and they're really just gambling. So right here is a very conservative macro fib chart on the daily. So if we pulled back to a level like right here and we were to find support, oh, this is a golden pocket right here. I don't know why this is yellow. Let's change that. This one, blue. There we go. Yeah, so this level right here. We pull back to this level right here. Gorgeous. That's what we're looking for. So that would be 1311. Do I think that's going to happen? Let's take a look at divergences. Like I said, we're already in a position. We're already doing really good. So, I mean, if you didn't get into a really strong position and you're not already up a bunch, just follow the channel, because just be patient. Come from an area of power, because like I say on this channel, if you lose $100, that's $100 you don't get for the rest of the bull market, and you could be making money with that $100 that you lost the entire time. And so losses always compound, and then on top of it, if you don't put a stop loss, you get liquidated. You get liquidated. All it takes, you can have 100 good trades, and if you don't put a stop loss and you get liquidated on one trade, it's over. So like we've been trading since 11,000, 10,000, like just killing every single long. If I was to be stupid, go high leverage, I could potentially lose everything that I've been working on for months, making all these gains. So I mean, like I said, I'm only gonna do things and show you guys things that I'm doing, because I think a lot of people, they just talk, but they're not actually gonna back it up with their own money. And on top of that, have a 100% success rate. I mean, there's a lot of good people in this community in crypto, for sure. But so let's get. Yeah, just in general, we got a lot of principles that we go off on this channel. Never gonna sell you a course, nothing like that. All right. Let's take a look at the MACD. What is this on the daily? Gonna have to go a little bit lower, it looks like. Does look like we have divergence on the daily, so you take this right here. I'll zoom in a little bit. Tell me how the graphics are. I was so excited about today. I think I got killer graphics. Oh, this was our long position, I think. What? Yeah, that was pretty good. See, where is it? It's right there. Boom. I was given examples, because like I said, we don't just go over the TA. I tell you exactly what I'm doing after looking at the TA, which is huge, I think. And since I've said that, I don't want to be like an egocentric person, but ever since I said that like I've seen a lot of channels. Now we only have like 70 subs, so I don't know what's going on, but okay, so this is divergence. So this is bearish divergence. Essentially what this is showing is that we're losing momentum in the trend. Is this bad? Not necessarily, but we need to get some more bullish momentum to negate this idea right here. So this is the MACD, moving average something. I forget. I knew the terminology. I forgot it, but it's moving average something. And so basically you have this right here, which is a high and a lower high, and that's white, so that's not good. But So you have this high, and then you have a lower high. And then if we take a look at this, you have a low and a higher low. So this is going up, essentially. This is going down, essentially. And what that means is that we're losing momentum in the oscillator. This oscillator, you want it to go up like this. Let me take a look at these lines right here. So these lines, as they spread out, as this blue line and this orange line, they separate, that means that the trend is more defined. The more spread out these lines are like this, the more defined the trend is. The shorter these lines get together, the less definitive the trend is. So we want these lines to spread out, and we want the green lines to come back like that. We want those green lines to come back, and we want them to pump up to negate that idea of bearish divergence. To negate that idea, we are going to either need the price to come down, or we're going to need, because then if both of these, if the price action is down and the oscillator is down, then there's no divergence. And then, or we need this oscillator to come up. And so they'll both be up. So, but right now we do have bearish divergence on the daily. So I got to tell you guys, this is really what we're looking at. I know it sounds crazy. But like, we could retrace. It's in the cards. And I just can't, in good conscience, give you guys a bunch of crap. I know you guys want to hear a bunch of just crap. But I got to tell you the truth. I got to tell you the facts. All right, RSI, Relative Strength Index. Let's take a look at, get rid of that. We use that. That's huge. So we're going to pull this up a little bit. Pull it up like right there. Perfect. Then we're going to take this one. Take that. We're going to take this. Zoom her out a little bit. Boom. High, lower high. Alrighty. And like I said, just if you're trying to learn this, you always want to, whatever point you started from, you also want it to come up to where that price is exactly horizontally, and then match it up. So this is going up, this is going down. That's divergence. It also looks like we set in a low and a higher low, and there's a lot more we can go over, but I don't want to get too advanced right now. I just brought in divergences after consolidation patterns. My hope is that following this channel, you'll learn TA. I try and teach TA. Like I don't want to say I'm like really good or whatever, but if you follow the channel, you will learn a lot. Probably the most out of any channel, because we go over a lot of things like Fibonacci channels and all this other stuff that nobody else goes over. So that's just a fact. So I not only want to help you guys out with your current longs, but I want you guys to learn so you don't get wrecked. So this is divergence right here. This is a common mistake people make. They go from like this one right here. They go from like this one right here. And they say, guys, this one right here, this one right here, no divergence. Now, actually, in these charts right here, these actually line up. Now, where this wouldn't make sense, where this would be a wrong application, is if you were like right here. Yeah, you're right here. Right here, this price action is over here. So then you would want to take this line right here, put it to line up exactly with where it is on the price action horizontally. So it's like right there. No, I'm legally colorblind. There we go. Literally. I was going special forces, and yeah, when I got over there, they said I was colorblind. I can still go, but so yeah, that's divergence. Let's take a look at the more let's take a look at, so that overall we have divergence. Well, let's take a look at zoom in a little bit. I was going to say zoomer in a little bit, and then you got this one right here, then you got this one right here. So where are we going to put it on the chart? We're going to line it up right here with this price action, and it looks like we still do have divergence. But, you know, to untrained eye, I always go over technical analysis. I always show you exactly what it is, even if you don't have that trained eye to just take a look at the graph for 1 second. I'm always going to be here to show you. So price action going up, oscillator going down, divergence. Not good. It's on the daily. What do we say about the daily time frame? The higher the time frame, the more precedence it takes. So obviously, daily bearish divergence on MACD and RSI. You know, we could put more money in right now, but that's kind of a gamble. And kind of, when you have to say that's kind of a gamble, that's not investing. So that's speculating. And I mean, you could get really good at sports or something and speculate on who's going to win the Super Bowl. And there's people making money doing that. But on this channel, it's for investing. All right. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just the honey badger. Oh my gosh. Take a look at the MACD on Bitcoin right now. It's probably freaking fire. MACD. Yeah, it's bullish. Bullish. So there's no divergence. It's just a very bullish, exacerbated trend upwards, which is good. And obviously it broke its highs. We talked about all this. Do I need to go over anything else on it? Potentially a cup and handle. We talked about that. It's looking good. And I think Ethereum's going to follow suit, and hopefully it'll negate those bearish ideas. But we can't just assume things. But let's take a look at BTC.D again. Boom shakalaka. I'm just kidding. That's Crypto Loves. But we can't forgive Crypto Love for talking all that crap about Cardano. How dare he? That was ridiculous. BTC.D going up. Let's see how it interacts with this channel. We'll come back to it. Now I'm not talking about Cardano in the short term. I'm talking about Cardano in the long term. I've been a big believer. Hashtag ADA Army. All right, what else are we looking at? Let me know if you guys want to look. If you guys want anything that you want me to look at specifically, just let me know. I guess we could take a look at XLM. I like to cover more large cap coins. Now you guys already know a lot of my beliefs on, not really my beliefs, but XLM's heavily correlated to XRP, but it's definitely, in my opinion, a more conservative play. This was the co-founder of XRP, and they actually dump XRP tokens as they work on this. Looks pretty good. They break all-time highs. Boom. Yeah, looks good. Looks like it's in a nice little uptrend. Am I buying some right now? No, I'm not buying any right now. I think that's kind of one that you diversify on once Bitcoin really starts pumping and altcoins are extremely cheap. And that's like a diversification of your portfolio. Because we know not to get like a bunch of just like Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot. Like, why would you diversify? Why wouldn't you just pick the best one out of Ethereum? Because they're all the same thing. They're all platforms that are building for decentralized applications. So why wouldn't you pick the best one? which in our case is Cardano. And then obviously store of wealth. Why would you pick a bunch of random altcoins when you can just pick the best one, which is Bitcoin? And then for Stellar, for like what a lot of people don't even know what XRP does. XRP is what they're trying to do with XRP is they're trying to load up all the money from different banks, like put potentially billions, trillions of dollars on XRP, send it across the globe in like 3 seconds, which is the technology that XRP has. So basically, it would be like money transfer. Because it takes 3 days to wire transfer, moving from different bank, and there's a lot of fluctuation in the DXY. Let's take a look at the DXY right now. What's today? Is it a weekday? Are institutions in session? It's Monday. DXY is going to be important. Now, you could look at Market Cipher, but it's really kind of inappropriate to look at Market Cipher for the DXY because the DXY is the dollar index and it's not actually obviously the dollar. It's the basket of commodities hedged against the power of one United States dollar because everything's backed up by the Bretton Woods system. So kind of everything's like the dollar because they all have to be backed up by it. But so it's a basket of commodities against it, and it's a percentage of the amount of strength that the dollar has against other currencies. Looks like we set a higher low right there. Could be the bottom. Could be good for the dollar. Look at that massive head and shoulders formation. So this is actually or not head and shoulders. You guys are watching, you're probably like, what the heck is he talking about? Look at this massive textbook double top. So let's go over it real quick. Now again, this is not price action. This is, and I actually do have a little background in Forex. Why not? So these typically can play out, but they're not set in stone. It's more so a self-fulfilling prophecy than anything. So that was a terrible double top, but it works, and you guys get the idea. This is top number 1. This is obviously top number 2. Price action comes in from where? The bottom. Goes up, gets rejected, comes down. What is this? This is the neckline. Alrighty. This is on the daily, so this is massive. This is what we have to be like what I tell you guys. I'm only showing you the stuff that you need to know, the stuff that you have to know. We're not going to go look at Bitcoin on the 5-minute like we do because it's important sometimes. But after we got all the big boy market stuff out of the way, sure, you want to. So I like to put it right here. I know a lot of really good traders that put it right here. But if you look at a textbook, if you go to Forex textbook, whatever, what they're going to show you. And I always show you both ways because I show you my way, which always works for me. I trade about $100,000 a month, which isn't a lot, but especially for me, but I am a trader. I do have a lot of experience trading. So I show you my way and I show you the textbook way because I think that's very important. All right, so essentially the textbook way is they're going to say, look at the candlestick bodies. And what I say, and this is also technical analysis, so I never am just going to talk. I'm never just going to say, well, I think against the textbooks. No, this is also technical analysis. But until it breaks this level right here, which is this wick, it does not set a lower low. So it could come down to this level, but this is still a lower low. So until it breaks this lower low, I don't trade a head and shoulders, or a double top, I mean. And this is more so just the conservative way to trade, and it is what I highly recommend. Are you really going to sweat this one freaking, not even a percent? Like, it's like such a finite, small amount. You know what I'm saying? Like the risk to, you got to factor in risk to reward ratio. The fact that I've seen it too many times, it just wicks right here. Oh, lower high or higher low. Boom, wicks. Your trade gets destroyed. Right here, you don't have that risk from a technical standpoint. It's huge. Okay, so that's the first thing we're looking at is this right here. This is absolutely massive. And if you don't know why we are looking at the dollar index, because maybe you are new to cryptocurrency, this is why we're looking at the dollar index. So I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but basically, hedge fund managers that do invest in Bitcoin, they just started investing in Bitcoin a lot publicly. We've known that they've been investing for a long time. But they just started publicly talking about how they're very bullish on Bitcoin after JP Morgan said that the top was like 42,000 after they said that it was at least going to 140. Now, again, all the institutions are saying it's going to go up. Market manipulation. Don't listen to what they say. Just listen to what they do. That's what we said a lot back in 2018, 2019, because it is the truth and you guys need to know that. So this is what we're looking at. Double top right here. Textbook comes in from where? The bottom. You can't have it come in from the top. If it comes in from the top, it could have those ideologies where essentially it could be like this could be a downtrend, but it's not a double top. So this is a textbook double top. What do you need to know? Why is this important? Why are we looking at the DXY? Because institutions, they look at their balance sheet. This is what, if you're a big businessman, and we're not going to talk about business because you guys already know my business stuff. So if you're a big businessman, you got a big balance sheet. You're looking at two things. You're looking at your liabilities column. You're looking at your assets column. If you're like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Listen up. I'm not going to say my credentials, but just listen up because I know what I'm talking about. The asset column, when you got your cash reserves, what these big hedge fund managers are looking at is they're looking at, okay, do I want to hold more dollars or do I want to invest in assets like stocks? And they're going to be looking at something like the DXY, dollar index. This is exactly what they are going to be looking at. And they're going to be like, well, what kind of buying power do I have with my dollar? I mean, if my dollar is going to be pumping, I would, cash is king is what they say. That's what they've said for a long time. I'm not really going to get into that, but that's essentially the mindset. So if the dollar is going to keep pumping, then they're going to hold their dollars. If the dollar is dropping, they're most likely going to be selling. They're most likely going to be getting out of Bitcoin, different things. And the price of Bitcoin is going to drop when the dollar drops. Or wait, when the dollar pumps, they're going to be holding their money and they're not going to be buying Bitcoin. I don't know why I'm getting so confused. Like, I know this like the back of my hand because like it's just common sense. But when the DXY pumps, Bitcoin does bad. When the DXY drops, Bitcoin does good. Right? Whatever I said the first time, because that's right. When the dollar pumps, Bitcoin, it's bad for Bitcoin when the dollar pumps. So this is huge right here, what we're looking at. So we're looking at this, and then we are looking at this. But anyways, it has a lot to do with institutions and their balance reserves, cash sheets, whatever. What is it? Their balance sheet, their cash reserves. Do they want to buy? Do they want to sell? If the market does end up dropping, because when the DXY does pump, usually that is bad for stocks also, which are equity markets, which are huge, and they move a lot of markets like gold, whatever. And so because they're moving these bigger markets, a lot of times they want to cost-based average in because they actually know how to cost-based average in. No shade to the crypto community, but crypto is definitely not my first asset class, and the only people I hear talk about cost-based averaging in, which is like setting increments of time instead of cost-based averaging in based off of positions on the charts, is crypto. But so anyways, let's get rid of these. You guys get this idea. These are two levels we're looking at on the DXY. This is on the daily. This is huge. Let's make it really simple. If it breaks this pink line, bad for crypto. If it breaks this pink line, oh my freaking goodness. Crypto is going to be going big. And background, I'm big. I I don't have like an economics degree, but economist. I did take all the economy classes or whatever when I was in college, but most economists don't even know this. So the DXY, you have two things that really factor the DXY, make it go up, make it go down. One of those huge factors is called QT, and one of those huge factors is called QE. Now you might be familiar with one of them. It's called QE. It's called quantitative easing. If you don't know that name, it's going to be money printing, which again we cover on this channel because we're educated in economics. They don't actually print money. That's not a thing. The banks kind of print money because they don't have a fractional reserve system anymore. They have a no reserve system. But I mean, unless you're really into economics, you're not going to know any of that. Anyways, the other one is called quantitative tightening. It looks like there's going to be some QE, which is going to prop up the dollar. It's a really weird system, but essentially it just gives power back to the dollar temporarily, and then obviously it has a bad long-term effect on the dollar, which you guys are all, I'm sure, familiar with from somewhere or another, just because it seems to be a huge meme that everybody starts to get an idea of what the Fed is, which isn't actually Fed. It's not government. It's privately owned, and it has no reserves. So most people don't even know what the Federal Reserve is, but they just know the name of it, and they know it goes brr, or whatever, brr. At least that's what the memes or whatever say. I don't know what you guys think, but so we're looking at this level right here. We're going to move this fib level up. So we're going to take this one right here. We're going to move it to our new swing high. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Take a look at the 1 hour. We'll take a look at the 1 hour first. Check out MACD, see how she's doing. All right, I'm going to draw this. I'm going to put this down.
So like in Forex, when you're looking at the DXY, a lot of these guys, what their main concern is going to be support and resistance technical analysis. I didn't really cover that. I actually didn't cover that when we were going over the DXY. Really, I just want the more macro long-term ideas. We're not trading Forex on this channel. Maybe if there's a good opportunity, we will, just because I have that skill set. But right now, it's just not. So we have a little bit of a divergence right here. And then it looks like if you put this right here, put this right here, and put this right here, it looks like that idea is starting to get negated on the 4 hour, which looks great. Good stuff to be looking at. So what we want to see. So yeah, that's really what we need to be looking at constantly when Bitcoin's pumping like this. The other thing we're going to look at is obviously RSI. We're going to look for both RSI divergence, and then we're also going to be just taking a textbook look at RSI as what it's used for, relative strength index. Basically, if an asset is overbought or oversold, not just based off of its oscillator. So if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll go over it. So just be patient because I cover everything. So like just right off the bat, we're really overbought on the hourly. That's fine. It's the 1 hour. Most people don't even trade off the 1 hour. I can tell we don't have any divergence right here, or it doesn't look like we have any divergence on the 1 hour, which is great. It just looks like we're overbought. So we're going to take a look at this, take a look at that, boom. Going up, going up. They're not diverging. The oscillator and the price action correspond with each other. So this is what, so let me break down this real quick. Let me bring the mic back.
All right, so what you're looking at right here is called the RSI, Relative Strength Index. And what it does is it evaluates an asset and says whether it is overbought or oversold. If something is overbought, that means that according to the market, and there's a lot of different factors as far as how RSI works. Just going to go over the very, very, very basics. Basically, if you have a ginormous pump up, people are going to be taking profits. People are going to be selling. People are going to say, oh, this is overvalued at this point. All these different things. The relative strength index measures a lot of those factors to figure out if an asset is overbought or oversold. Now, traditionally, and I do like TradingView for this, you have between 60 and 70 as overbought. Traditionally, it's always 70 though. So 70 is overbought. And so what this is showing right here is obviously this line right here is clearly above this 70. So what that's showing is that it's overbought, it's overextended, but we're technical analysts. We can't just look at one technical indicator and paint a whole story from this. So the fact that it actually came down and took this area right here at 70 and then bounced off, bullish. That's good. The other thing you have to factor in is that we are on the 1 hour chart. A lot of people don't even trade on the 1 hour chart. So let's go over to the 4 hour chart, see how we're looking. We're a little bit overbought on the 4 hour. We did get a nice freaking tap again at that 70. So fractals are huge. They're a lot more advanced in trading, but this is essentially how it works. You take something that happened one time and it's most likely going to happen another time. You know, if you have this certain pattern, you have this certain oscillators, whatever, like if Bitcoin always retraces into this level and then bounces higher or whatever, that's called a fractal. Idea is the price action that repeats. It's a lot more advanced, but essentially what we see a lot of the times is you have a bounce right here at the 70. You have a bounce right here at the 70. The potential for us to come back down to this 70 level and bounce, very high fractal idea, and a lot of fractals, it's advanced, but essentially different like things in the market, like maybe it's lining up with different like MACD, it might be lining up with different indicators to create that fractal idea. It's not necessarily random. So anyways, potentially there's no divergence. It doesn't look like there's any divergence. There's no divergence on the RSI on the 6 hour. And we're a little bit overbought on the 6 hour. $12-hour, a little bit overbought. Now, in a bull run, like it gets overbought a lot. I remember when we were running up to 30,000, we were at like 90 or 80 on the RSI, and it would just keep running. So in a bull market, sometimes they say 90 is overbought, but that's only in extreme bullish scenarios. And then the weekly doesn't seem entirely relevant. We do have divergence on the weekly. So I'm going to go over that real quick. So right here to right here. So that's a high. That's a lower high. We're going to pull this one right here and this one right here. So this is obviously clearly the price action is going up. Clearly the oscillator is going down. Alrighty. So that's on the weekly. Let's take a look at what we got going on. What's the lowest time frame? I think the lowest right now I'll go to is the 15. Let's take a look at Market Cipher, see what Market Cipher is saying to us. Oh my gosh, if we got a bounce right here, that would be interesting. We could potentially, but look at this moving average right here on the 15 that it is just riding. So exactly what we're looking at is this is the 50 MA, so the 50-day moving average is what this price is currently riding on the 15, looking incredibly bullish. Usually when you have moving averages, there's a lot to go over. Right here is a golden cross, so that was nice. This was a death cross, and the fact that there was a death cross right here, So a lot of things to factor in. First off, we're on the 15. So just realize that this isn't everything. This is a 15-minute. Take it with the relevancy that it is. Most people don't even trade on the 15-minute. But you have a death cross right here, which is where you have the 50 crossing the 200 moving average. And here's what you have to understand from that. Look how small the reaction from it was. This is really what you have to understand from technical analysis. You can look at the technicals, you can look at the fundamentals, but you have to analyze it and get a story. And this is exactly what I'm teaching you guys. So you have this death cross right here, and look how weak the response was for it. You know, you had this which initiated it. So the death cross didn't happen until right here. So essentially you just had some back testing. I think this is a fib level right here. It looks like exactly. And it just retraces, finds support at this fib level, which initiates this death cross. And just look at the consolidation. Then as soon as we break that death cross and we turn it into a golden cross, look at how much of a bullish momentum there is. And so what does this tell us? It tells us very, very clearly that the market is not really reacting to bearish signals. It's reacting far greater to any bullish signals. And so essentially what that's showing is a lot of selling or a lot of buying pressure and a very bullish market. All right, let's take a look at my favorite indicator. Where is she? Where's she at? We'll keep these up. That's fine. And I'll talk about it because there's still a little bit more I need to talk about. Boom, shaka laka. Crypto love. I still can't forgive you for talking crap about Cardano. How dare you? All right. So volume indicator. Looks like volume's trending back up. That would be incredible if we could get, buying pressure above this level right here. That would, continue that uptrend on volume. Volume seems like it's uptrending, looking good. It's on the 15. Don't take it as everything, but, if you're looking at the charts right now, they're looking pretty hot. So now I got to go over one more thing, and then we're going to look at some other things with the moving averages. But first, so this is a death cross, this is a golden cross. You get that. Here's what you need to know, though. There's a few things you need to know about moving averages. First off, obviously what you're seeing right here is Bitcoin constantly finding support on this 50-day. So that's one of the things that Bitcoin does, is it'll find support on these moving averages. The other thing it will do is, I don't know if I can find an example of it, but it'll find resistance. So it'll come up, hit a moving average, get rejected, move down. The other thing that a lot of people don't talk about, but is very important, is that when the price action is above a moving average, then it's more bullish. So, and we're going to look at the trio. So that's, I really like that one a lot. Oh, that's the 5 and the 20. I thought I had this one up. That's fine. That's fine. It still is a golden cross. So a golden cross or a death cross is when you have a very high, significant moving average. When you have a very high and a very low, significant moving average cross above each other or below each other, that's a death cross or a golden cross, respectively. So like the 5-day went above the 20, so that is a golden cross. If the 5-day goes below the 20, then it's a death cross. And then obviously the 50 and the 200 are significant too. I have them color coded the same way, so I thought that was the 50. Doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at these bad boys. The EMA, exponentially weighted. And I just got one thing to really say about these, so let's turn this down for a second. Horizontal line. Where's my... Whatever. You can see them. I think we got really good resolution this time on this stream. So right here, you clearly see all the moving averages right here. EMA. Bitcoin's price is clearly above them. That is bullish. That's all I got to say about that. That's all you need to know. When Bitcoin's price action is below these moving averages, that is bearish. Alrighty. That's all you need to know. And what is a moving average? A moving average is the average that the move, like for like a 5-day moving average. That's the average of the last 5 days of Bitcoin's price action for the specific time frame that you're looking at. And because we just broke all-time highs, the average price of all these different moving averages is going to be below the price action because we just broke all new time highs. So that's huge. That's very important to look at. So Bitcoin looking straight gorgy. We want to see, because we've been consolidating, we want to see if we can find more golden crosses, because these are going to be massive and these are going to give us hints into when the price is going to be pumping. And that's really what we want to be looking at. Because it's like, you know, is the price just going to go up forever? Blah, blah, blah. We got to figure out based off these moving averages. Doesn't look like anything on the 30. Hourly. Nope. Nobody really goes on the 2 hour or the 3 hour. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Wow, straight gorgy. Look at that cross. So on this specific indicator, it shows the, it has it programmed into the software to show a cross whenever it crosses. So this was a golden cross. It's sometimes a lagging indicator both on how the price action responds, and it's also a lagging indicator on so when the price pumps, usually it will lag and then do a golden cross, and then the reaction from that golden cross is also usually lagging. So just factor that in whenever you're seeing a golden cross, because that is important. Let's see what you got. And then I was looking at crosses last night, and it looks like those are going to be it from what I remember. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at EMAs. Take a look at the EMAs, and then I got one more massive trick up my sleeve. I got a lot of tricks up my sleeve, but let's see, what do we got? That's the EMA 50 and 200. So let's take a look at, oh, that's the MA. So then let's take a look at the EMA. Let's go to the, let's start on the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the 1 hour EMA ribbon. No, we just pulled them up. Where are they? Guys, zoom in. There they are. Oh no, this is the other one. Here we are. Gorgeous. No crosses. I gotta turn down the background on this while we're doing that. So there we go. So we can look at the moving averages. The exponentially weighted moving averages. Look how gorgeous that is. Do you guys like how I set up the moving averages? So if you're new to the channel, the lighter the color, the smaller the frame. So like I believe this is the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200. The darker the color, the higher the day. I think this is a great way of doing it. I'm going to look for some moving averages right now. I got to answer this guy. He's been calling me all day. Yo, what's up? I'm live streaming. What are you doing? I'm trying to help people. We got to make money. They got to make money. What's up? Well, it's fine. What are you calling about? Oh. Yeah. Are you trying to go to the gym later? You went earlier today. Who'd you go with? You went with Macy? To the freaking gym in the morning? Yeah, I was fucking sleeping. I was trading this thing last night. This baddie.
Did I pull an all-nighter? I had to get up early this morning. The money don't sleep. What's up? Nah. I had to take my dad to Hawaii. They're going to like Hawaii. They're just going with their friends. And I was like, Dad, go get more Tesla shares. He's like, I already got like a bunch. And I was like, go buy some more. Elon Musk just bought a bunch of Bitcoin. Does your dad have Tesla shares? I bet he does. That's crazy. You should put him on my freaking show. And ladies and gentlemen, we got the best freaking stock expert on the planet. He's so freaking smart. Kid's a genius. I want him on my show. I'm just kidding. I'd rather just talk to him personally. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's any moving averages. I gotta tell him just real quick that there's no moving average crosses. But what time are you thinking about going to the gym?
It looks like there's no moving average crosses. I'm going to take a look at the Bollinger Band, see how those are playing out.
What's up, dog? Macy didn't even text me. He freaking saw my story. He didn't even text me. Can't trust him. What time are you thinking about going to the gym? You never told me. I'm looking at the charts. What? Give me a time. Give me a time. What do you think? Snowball it. 9 o'clock? Are we going to EOS or Mountainside? Isn't Mountainside only open till 11? That's fine. What? I don't know what that means. Oh, legs? Cute. Alrighty. Tell me when you're ready or whatever. I'm gonna freaking do some push-ups and stuff. I freaking hurt my back a little bit more, but I think I'm gonna recover. What? What? That one kid? Alright. Hey, do me a favor, go pick up some Tesla shares. If Google buys some Bitcoin, I'm gonna have to. I've been looking at Google for such a long time. I'm gonna have to pick up some Google if they buy some Tesla. Or if they buy some Bitcoin, I'm gonna have to pick. But Tesla, they just bought Bitcoin. Literally, it's huge. Because the government's just gonna force everybody to buy EV cars. They're gonna keep making laws. They're gonna be like, gasoline cars, yeah, you guys aren't allowed to have those. And then Elon Musk is gonna get richer. And he has Bitcoin. But I'm gonna sell my Bitcoin, or I know when to sell my Tesla whenever it peaks. What went up crazy fast? Bitcoin's the freaking honey badger. No, it didn't go at 10K. Well, kind of, but it didn't break an all-time high at 10K. No, it wasn't at 33. That would be crazy. I would have bought some if it went to 33. What? 44. It actually, I think it was this morning when I was talking about it, but it's 48 now, so it's pretty. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, good thing you're not on the channel. You can't be cussing. It's whatever. It's just funny when people don't know about TA and stuff, and everybody's like a bunch of random people are telling me it's the top at 42. You have so much money in, sell, sell, sell. It's like it's just annoying. If you don't know what you're talking about, like just shut up. It's like it's always been the rule. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I could call people out, but I'm like, it's not even like, who cares? They're probably crying. Alright, go do me a favor. Go pick up some Tesla. I know you were looking into getting stocks. That's the only one I approve of. So, well, you know, you're like, I want to get into stocks are garbage, man. But if you want to get something, Tesla, baby, go get it. Go get it. It's about to steal a lot of the market share in the automotive industry. Alright, go pick up some Tesla. Okay. Alright. Check in with me in a month. Tell me how it's doing. You're welcome. Okay. Alright. Talk to you later. Alright. Alright.
All right, so I was just drawing the Bollinger Bands a little bit, checking out. Looks like we got on the 15-minute to the hourly, it looks like we got some rejections on the Bollinger Bands. Obviously, like in these super bullish scenarios, a lot of times what Bitcoin will end up doing is it not only rides up the moving averages, it will also ride up the Bollinger Bands. Nothing to be concerned about. These are just potential areas where we could potentially hit the top of these Bollinger Bands, find as support. In the short term, like for example, right here's a decent example, right here's a decent example, right here is technically a decent example because this is green, so it actually ended up going up before falling back in between those bands. So potentially we could find support in these bands. This is on the 1 hour. These are higher time framed outer bands. Now notice that like moving averages, but not like Fibonacci retracement areas or trend lines, these areas do move. So the Bollinger Bands do adjust to the price based off a lot of factors like volume and they work with things like RSI. So basically what this shows right here is that there's a lot of volatility and it has the potential to come all the way down. Now obviously this is extremely bullish and that's not going to happen. So right here they usually constrict. That means that it's gonna slowly bounce into these areas before eventually breaking out by high volume. So I like the Bollinger Bands. It looks like we're just riding the Bollinger Bands right now. When I was looking at different time frames, and like I said, these are potential support areas to keep going higher. Touch the band, bounce off. It's extremely bullish environment, so the possibility of that happening is high. Now we could hit these levels, consolidate into these levels, into these Bollinger Band levels, before potentially trying to ride them out to move higher. Both are a possibility. I'm just going off of you find support right at this Bollinger Band right here, move higher. It just seems to be the sentiment. Ask me questions if you have any questions. I've gone over a lot of what's going on in the markets right now. So if you have anything specifically, I probably covered it already, but I can go over it again. ETH, USD, Kraken. This is what I'm looking for right here. So Bitcoin right now broke its all-time high. Ethereum broke its all-time high again today, but we need that continuation of the uptrend. And then this is kind of unfortunate, this drop right here that we called, because it does set a lower low, but it looks like we're doing good. Breaking above this was huge. And then obviously this is a low, but when you go over here, these are obviously low, higher low. So we're still looking really good. I would pull a fib from this area right here, but we're just looking so bullish. I don't think we're going to hit it. If we start retracing, I'll definitely pull a fib from right here to this top level right here. See what we're looking at. I'm going to just put it in the background just so we have something to look at, to refer to, because Fibonacci retracement levels, not only does the price action tend to gravitate towards those levels to retrace to, find resistance and support, it also, then we're going to color it in. Just give me 1 second. So we're going to hit that right there. Color her in. I'm going to make her full color. Boom. Clearly see dotted line right here. You can clearly see we're in that gray area right here. This isn't really an area more than anything. Like, this is just more of a zone. See, this is like the 1, and then these are the different ratios. So we could potentially come back down to 1674, hit that zone, bounce off. That would be absolutely massive. That would be right at the bottom of these levels. That would be an incredible opportunity. Like I said, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I just want to put this out there in case it does. Alrighty. Now the only scenario I see is like Bitcoin pumping extremely hard, and possibly because ETH is an altcoin, potentially we could see ETH slow down, and I don't even believe it. I don't know. ETH's doing good. We're killing our trade. Some divergence that we were looking at earlier. Damn. So let's take a quick look at, and then we got this one right here. Let's take a quick look at different support and resistance areas. Let me just go over the ideas with you, get you debriefed on what we're looking at the immediate short term. So clearly, you got resistance, so I'm going to draw this right here, just so you guys can understand exactly what I'm looking at. Price action comes up. Resistance, 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 breaks through resistance, comes down, support, support, support. So this level right here, which also looks like it corresponds to this level right here, which we're gonna, oh, it's on the paintbrush. It looks like it corresponds to this Fibonacci area, the top of it, the 618. So what we're gonna do, we're going to put this right here, right there. We're going to make this fat because this is important. All right. So what we want to see out of the price action, because we got this idea all figured out, resistance flip support, is we want to validate that support level. How do we do that? Price action validates it. So if the price action comes down, hits this level, and bounces off of it, essentially we have this confirmed resistance flip support idea. As you see, as soon as the support breaks, we have this massive dump. And as soon as we break this massive level, we have this massive pump. This is a very significant area of price action. And so essentially we're just looking at this area right here. And then it's also on this fib level that we have pulled out. So just massive all around. Right here at 16,000. 1,677. I remember when Bitcoin was 16,000 a little bit ago. So right now we just have a doji on the hourly that just shows indecision, cooling off. Again, we want to get those moves higher to invalidate, the RSI and MACD divergences that we're seeing on some of the midterm and higher time frames. So with that being said, I think Bitcoin's going to push the price higher, and once it breaks its all-time high again, it is going to just entirely negate that idea, which is going to be good. But this is what we're looking at in the immediate short term. This area also is pretty massive for support and resistance. I'm going to label it and then I'll go over it with you for a second. It's just not as big as this level right here. It doesn't have as much touches. All right, so I'm just going to draw it right there. So essentially the price action comes up, resistance, breaks through this resistance level, blast off, comes down, touches that area of support, but then you can clearly see, maybe not clearly, let me make this. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, it's not as big of an area. Let me make this smaller so we can go over the ideas, but essentially you have this where you have this support or resistance, hits it a few times, like it hits it right here, 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 and it's potentially support right here. It bounces off, finds support. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it, but I'm not going to make it as big as the other one so I can show the significance of it. Okay, great. So essentially price action comes up, finds support at this critical level, and then bounces off higher. This would have been a decent area to take a long position. Price action does come out. We'll look at this level, we'll look at this level, and then potentially this level if price action does come down. As far as, well, what about price action going up? We got a lot of charts to look at, but essentially the big thing that you're going to want to be keeping your eye on is market cipher is pretty good for scalping. A lot of people say that. I agree. The other thing that we're going to be looking at is volume, and volume on the hourly just seems to be decreasing. Again, I think Bitcoin's going to pull it up. That's speculation. Right now, I'm just holding my long position. We're doing good. We're killing it. I wouldn't really be looking to add right now. Personally, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Like, obviously it could definitely go up, but that's kind of just gambling. That's kind of just like, oh, I think it's going to go up without any technical analysis to back it up. Kraken. Boom. Is this, oh, this isn't the, no, it's not it. So, Bybit, Kraken, what's the other one we use? Coinbase. Coinbase looking straight gorgy. And then I have another one. I forget what the last one is. It looks like it's finding a lot of support on these moving averages. Support, riding that up. It looks like it just found support on this next moving average right here. And it just looks like, it looks good. It looks like it's just cooling off, doji, indecision, before making its next move up higher, potentially, again, because of those divergences and because of speculation on Bitcoin driving the price higher. I'm not going to be adding to the position, but that's what we're looking at. All right, there's another one. We have another one. Where's our other one? Is it on Bit? It's not on Bitstamp, is it? No, it's not on Bitstamp. Is it on Gemini? No, it's not on Gemini. Is it? What the heck? Bitfinex? Phoenix? Is it Kraken and it's just zoomed out? It's not on Kraken. It's not on Coinbase. Is it on Bybit? So confused. It's gotta be, right? Where's the chart that we always pull up that is has all the different fibs, like the fib levels? Like we have the Fibonacci circles, the arcs, all that stuff. It's not Bittrex, is it? What the heck? I have no idea. We lost it. That was a good chart thing too. Oh well. Let's take a look at ADA real quick. Every time ADA goes up, it makes me so sad. And everybody's like, you hold so much of it though. Literally, I can't stop talking about it. It literally makes me so sad. And then how do we not have a chart pulled up on this? We have a gorgeous chart on ADA. Or are all our lines like... Price action is just on something else. So potentially you do have a double top playing out on ADA. I mean, for all the people trying to just quick flip ADA, I feel bad for saying this, but I'm kind of excited because I think this double top might play out. So we got to go over it because I want to buy more of it. I was buying a lot at 10 cents, and so right there, or textbook right here. And then this is perfect because the price action comes up and then tops, and then potentially these are the necklines. So you have this tool brush, just draw it for you real quick. Price action comes up, first top, geez, that was my bad, my finger. So you got the first top, second top, price action potentially comes down, hits this level, breaks it, and then if that is the case, the measured move is going to be you always measure from the traditional neckline, which is going to be this one right here. Then you put it against the traditional neckline, which is going to be this point right here. And potentially we could come down and hit this Fibonacci area. At 51 cents. And that would be a relatively decent amount of support. Especially, let's pull up some fibs. So we have those fibs. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of those bad boys. I'm going to put the mic down while I'm drawing this fib. But just look at the golden pocket area. That's probably the most significant. And just realize that on these higher time frame fibs, any one of these fib areas is going to be very significant. So you got this right here. Swing high. I'm going to adjust it, don't worry. And then swing low would be approximately right here. You can see that. Price action really starts to take off at that level. Then we're just going to draw it like this. Just give a little bit of, there we go. And it doesn't look like there's any major fibs around that area. Who knows, it could be so bullish that it hits this fibbler right here, this golden pocket, bounces higher. And if it did do that, that would potentially save it from this double top because it wicks perfectly in the golden pocket. If you can see that. Right there, just about perfectly. No questions. Just ask me questions or like if you have any questions. I've already went over DOT. I've already went over Link. I guess we can, let's go over Bitcoin dominance before we go over any more altcoins. BTC.D. Straight looking gorgy. Ooh, this is huge. Guys, this is big. It's testing the golden pocket area of our channel. which has just been doing perfect. Yeah, so this yellow one right here that we're looking at, that could be huge if it breaks out. This is a very significant area. Just like this was a very significant area because they're inverses of each other. When you draw a trend-based fib, it flips the fibs and it's an inverse of this area right here. But when you draw Fibonacci retracement, this isn't a Fibonacci retracement. This is a trend base, or this is a Fibonacci channel. So this is a different type. But essentially, this is a massive area for the price to either potentially retrace to, bounce off of, and continue higher, or like we see in this case, we could potentially break this area, continue down, bounce off of it as resistance, finally break through it as support, and then this right here would be a good indicator that we're also continuing breaking up out of this Bitcoin dominance before we actually get the confirmation break with this line right here, which I can make a little bit bigger. Let's see. Yeah, that line right there. Beauty. And you guys already know the deal. We've gone over this a lot. I got you guys debriefed on this a while back, but bottom number 1, potentially bottom number 2. If it breaks this, then this double bottom reversal idea is definitely a possibility, which would reverse us out of alt season. Again, breaking this level right here would be an early indication of that. This is a level that we're looking at. Let's take a look at our favorite cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Actually, Doge. Let's take a look at Doge. Doge. I felt like there was a D in it. Is there not a D in it? Is this really how you spell it? I guess we'll look at the graph and find out. Oh, this is market cap? What the heck? It's crazy. So, let's talk about Doge for a second. It has nothing backing it. I was saying that in the beginning. It's like, you know, like an obvious thing. Like, yeah, guys, like it's not an investment. It's a gamble. Whatever. But a lot of people are taking it really serious. And nobody in the crypto community wants you guys to get hurt with Dogecoin. And it's ridiculous, but it looks like it's in a decent uptrend. But there's, again, like, and it's funny because a lot of people that aren't in crypto, like, I was talking to a friend, and she was in Dogecoin, and I was telling her, like, it's basically just a hype coin. There's nothing backing it. Like, there's actual things, like, reasons why Bitcoin's important. There's actual reasons why Ethereum's important. Whereas Dogecoin, there's no real value behind it. Like, and it's not like it's being like secured by like a massive network like Bitcoin is, or it's not like it has a proof of work system that validates all the transactions perfectly with, like, again, like the infrastructure from the miners that Bitcoin has. It's not like it has the community support backing as the number one cryptocurrency. It's just not it. It's a hype coin. A lot of people hype it. You can just see right here, like, how there's a ginormous, there was a green candle on it right here, and they just dumped it. Like, that's just so. Market Cypher is usually pretty accurate, so to see a green little circle right there and just a massive dump, called it right there. But it does look like it's in an uptrend. And it would be massive if it broke this level right here. Again, people could be trying to sell it then, though, because it doesn't actually have any fundamentals. It just looks like a decent uptrend right here. Low, higher low, higher low. I don't know. I don't know if this high is lower than this high. I think they're about the same. Yeah, it's in a decent uptrend. It's looking decent. Again, this isn't an investment though. It has no like use case or whatever. I mean, it could get adopted, but I don't think any hedge funds and things are gonna get involved with it. Who knows? I think really Elon Musk was just trying to add liquidity to cryptocurrency, which he was obviously getting involved with. So basically pumping his own bags, getting people involved with crypto. He knows that a lot of the people that are going to be in crypto, no, it's not going to be a lot of old people. It's going to be a lot of younger people. And that he can essentially mass market it just by sending a few memes. Make a few memes about it and then drastically pump the price of it, gets people exposed to crypto, and then eventually they'll trickle all down into things like Bitcoin. That seems to be the case. But, I mean, the fundamentals don't look terrible. You could definitely draw some on the graph, not on the actual coin. The coin it provides liquidity at the very best. You could potentially find support at these levels before heading higher. Take a look at these supports, and then potentially this would be your next frame. This would be your next frame. This would be your next frame. But let's say that it drops down to here and potentially goes lower. I mean, you have you essentially have like a double top start to form, and there's nothing really to back it up to say it's going to go back up again. It's all based off hype. So, don't get wrecked. I don't have any Dogecoin. I know Dogecoin has actually been performing really well, so I'm sure a lot of us crypto guys are jealous or whatever. So, but yeah, I still wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It's not an investment. If you understand that it's very speculative and it's hype based and there's no value behind it and you're relying on other people to pump your bags, and people say, isn't that what Bitcoin is? Listen, Bitcoin's important. Bitcoin's got the brand behind it. It was the original first, and it's the best thing to do the job. Dogecoin is not the thing to do the job of an anti-inflationary asset. Plus, there's a lot of Dogecoins, and Bitcoin is. We're not even gonna go into it, but it's just freaking. People are like, isn't that what Bitcoin is? Pyramid scheme? Well, not really. What else are we gonna look at? Let's take a look at Google for a second. You guys know I freaking love Google. I want to buy some Google. What the heck is going on here? What the heck is this? What is this? Oh, there's like so little liquidity that these are the Bollinger Bands, but there's not enough liquidity to fill in the. That's because I think I'm on crypto. Oh, it's called Alphabet. Oh. Alpha. Why is it Alphabet? Why is it pulling up crypto? Alphabet right here. There we go. I like looking at Alphabet with Market Cipher. Potentially there's a good entry point. I mean, I'm pretty much into crypto basically. But here's the thing. And I'm gonna go over this in a second. Wow, that's looking good on the hourly. Lots of bearishness on these charts. I like it. Tank. I'd love to buy some cheap Alphabet. Because they're doing AI, they're doing self-driving cars, they're doing, like, even if the entire economy crashes, like, You can't shut down the internet. Like I say, even if you do shut down the internet, you're only gonna like temporarily shut down the internet. So let's see. Hour, 6 hour. It's not looking that good. Let's take another look at Tesla, because Tesla bought Bitcoin, so that's huge. Yeah, it's just consolidating. There's this potential trading channel that it's in, like right here. I like it. I dig it. I would think that because Elon bought Tesla, and he bought it in January, I believe, and so his bags are already worth more. He's probably made 5 to 10% on his bags because he didn't just buy today. The filing for his releasing of when he bought it just got released today. And so he put up 1.5 million that's in profits right now. So I would think that Tesla would be up more than 1%. Like I said, I would buy some. Actually, I am going to buy some. Let me go sell my 500% ROI micro strategies, which I hardly have any money in because I don't really do stocks. I used to do stocks. You guys know I used to do stocks. And we're up 30% on micro strategies today. So, like, of course I'm going to sell that, put my money into Tesla because Tesla is a United States company. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to buy some Tesla. I have M1, which makes you, like, wait a day to... But I think the market's already pretty much closed. So I can buy it right when it opens. I'm so excited. And like I said before, when you're working with big money like that, a lot of times they just don't have the liquidity. They don't have the liquidity to just move money around like very, very quickly. And so people might be wanting to get into Tesla, but they don't have the liquidity, or they might want to be getting out of Tesla, but they don't have the liquidity because they have to wait on their banks to wire, move money around to get in and out of different opportunities, both to buy or to sell. So, anyways, I'm getting into, we were in MicroStrategy. I'm getting into Tesla. Good idea as far as I'm concerned. And then if Google buys some Bitcoin, I have to buy some Google. But that's not the case right now. Let's take a look at gold really quick. I love gold. Actually, should we? Here's the thing about gold. I have like a little bit of gold right here, but I have a lot of gold. But here's the thing about gold. The price of it is heavily, heavily, heavily manipulated. Actually, what was it? Late last year or earlier last year in 2020, JP Morgan got slammed with over $500 million, or JP Morgan, let's look it up. JP Morgan, what was it? Gold manipulation. They got slammed hard. They were spoofing it. They got fined. JP Morgan settled a $920 million fine for the price manipulation of precious metals. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. So, do I hold physical gold? When I say hold physical gold, there's a reason why all the ancient cultures talk about it. That's all I'm going to say. But yes, I do hold physical gold, literally. And you should never be buying that crap on paper notes, stocks, whatever. Get your physical delivery of gold, get your silver. They're both great, but obviously Bitcoin's the place to be right now. But I was making stupid money on gold when it first started, when this whole inflation thing first started. But yeah, gold's been doing good. Let's take a look at. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's see if we can find anything. Ask me questions if you have any questions. Oh baby. Oh baby. What do we hit? Oh, this is on the 12-hour too. Look at that massive pump. I guess that's because it's on the 12-hour. It'll be interesting if we hit this area right here and find support on it. There's touch points on it. Maybe not on these time frames, but there's touch points on this. This is a very valid, whatever you call it, Fibonacci channel. And if you don't use a Fibonacci channel, it's still a valid trading channel. So if we were to come down potentially and retest it, that would be gorgeous. Just putting the possibility out there. So we could potentially come down, hit this level right here, or this moving average. What is this moving average? Market cipher. So this is the white ones. This is the 20. Yeah, so I mean, this is on the 4-hour, so we could potentially come down, hit this moving average, find it as support, move higher. It's kind of like what we did right here. Potentially, we could come down and hit this level right here, find it as support, move higher. That's kind of the biggest ideas right now. And this is a morning star right here. This is a pretty decent morning star. Like, there's not a lot of morning stars that you can find that like actually look like textbook morning stars. So if we close this and then start going down, that's like a textbook morning star. So on the 4-hour, ideas can get negated. We're extremely bullish. We could easily, like I said, come down, hit these levels, bounce higher. Could we hit other levels? Yeah, absolutely. This is the most likely, though, that we're going to hit. Unless we're extremely bullish, then we could hit like potentially... Oh, we're above this one right here. And is this the Bollinger Bands or is this the... Wait, was I looking at the Bollinger Bands? Either way, we can hit the Bollinger Bands and then move higher. That's what I was talking about earlier too. Yeah, this is looking like a morning star on the 1-hour too. But it looks like we found some nice support. Potentially. We could hit this right here, bounce off of it, move higher. Another idea. And the reason I'm going off of this is because if Bitcoin's price drops right now, essentially we have this to look at, as this is one of the smallest moving averages, both on the MA and the EMA and the SMA. So am I saying that we're going to hit this level, bounce off, and move higher? Well, this is going to be the first moving average, important moving average that we would test. So, I mean, we'll look at it when we get there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're going to be looking at, and then if it breaks through this level, then we'll start looking at finding support at potentially other moving averages. And obviously the fact that we are above all these different moving averages, extremely bullish. Looks good. Alright, so let's just take a quick look at market cipher on the 15. Ask me questions if you have any questions. Appreciate the information, man. If you have time, CRV and ADA would be interesting. Yeah, absolutely. So ADA's my favorite. So let me talk about my baby real quick. Now, this thing's been killing me because I was accumulating heavy on ADA at 10 cents. And then everybody decides to start all of a sudden joining ADA Army, and this thing just will not stop going up, and it's just sad. So, but anyways, we've been looking at it, so we'll give you a little look-see at what we got going on. There's a lot to cover. Okay, so first off, we got a potential double top right here. So I'm gonna draw it for you. I don't know, your competency level in trading. Doesn't really matter. Just sub to the channel. You'll freaking kill it in no time. Literally. Alright, so this is our first top. This is our second top. It's textbook double top. Comes in from the bottom, comes up, gets rejected, comes up, gets rejected at this level right here. So this is a double top formation pattern, but it hasn't played out yet. So let's go over it. You got this memorized. This is first top, second top. I'm going to delete this. Alright. And then if the price action, if trading is usually an if-then statement, and price action is king. So potentially we could hit this area right here, definitely, and we're going to look for it as support or resistance. So what we're majorly going to be looking at, like potentially we could, if we hit any areas right here and hold them and move higher, that would be extremely bullish. But for me personally, with my risk tolerance, all that stuff, like I'm not buying ADA right now. Like I have a huge bag of it, and like it's fine, but I don't know what it's just not part of my risk tolerance. But if we were to hit any of these levels right here and hold this support right here, that would be extremely bullish if it continued up. That would be massive. And then if we break this level right here, it's starting to not look so good. It looks like we could potentially maybe have some smaller double top kind of ideas start playing out, but in the short term, that just wouldn't be good. And we would potentially be testing this area right here, this golden pocket area. This is where I'd be looking at next. This golden pocket area, the top of it, if we were to bounce off of it, so if price action was to come here, hit this area right here at 0.6422, so like 0.64 cents, so 64 cents and then 22. Then essentially if we were to bounce that level, bullish, could be a good opportunity, definitely could. But here's the thing, I don't know how new you are to the crypto space. Before I continue, because I got a lot to say about this, but before I continue, you have to take into accountability Bitcoin before you look at your altcoins, because there's this thing called Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin dominance is the amount of dominance that the market has on Bitcoin. So if everybody's putting their money into Bitcoin because Bitcoin's going up a bunch and all the market capitalization is going into Bitcoin, then a lot of people aren't going to be putting their money into altcoins, and essentially altcoin season will be over. Now, I'll cover that right after I cover your coins, but it's very high risk to be getting involved with something like ADA, potentially with Bitcoin's pumping. You really got to look at Bitcoin, make sure you're being safe, make sure that Bitcoin's like consolidating, maybe altcoins are pumping, people are putting their profits into stuff like ADA. That would potentially be bullish, but you got to look at the more macroeconomics so you don't get wrecked. So I can cover this chart for you, and I will, but just keep that in mind when you're looking at these charts and what I'm saying on this chart specifically. All right, so you got the double top, and then this right here is called the textbook neckline. So essentially, if this price action right here breaks, then essentially textbook says that this neckline right here is going to bring us down to this measured move, which would be 51 cents. So if Bitcoin, or if Cardano's price comes down to this level right here, breaks it, has a close, and there's a lot of selling pressure, the price could definitely come down to this level, fulfilling this double top idea. Now, if the price action comes right down to these levels right here, but there's not a lot of volume, there's not a close, and it's more so a wick, and it doesn't break this area right here, then potentially it could bounce between any level right here, move higher, not set a lower low, and potentially set a higher low. If it was, this is a low, this is a higher low, and if it was to come down to the level right here and then bounce higher, that would be okay. It could definitely recover from something like that. So those are the main ideas you want to be looking at when you talk about ADA. And then the next level would just be like right here, but they're basically right next to each other. So that's the main things you want to be looking at ADA. We had a bunch of structure on ADA. It broke all our structure, and it's just been going nuts. All right, what's the other one? You said CRV. Take a look at CRV. CRV, I was thinking that was crypto.com, but that's CRO. CRV. You want USD, I'm guessing, USD as opposed to US Tether. Just tell me what comparison you want. So different comparisons. Bitcoin, you're probably going to be looking at USD. But if you want a BTC comparative, so essentially a BTC comparative would be, does this one have a lot of liquidity? This doesn't look like, let me see if I can find a different exchange with more liquidity. But essentially, unless you're comparing it to Bitcoin, like should I hold Bitcoin, should I hold this, you probably don't want to go into Bitcoin comparative. And unless you're buying it with Bitcoin, you probably don't want to go into Bitcoin comparative. Let's see. So US dollar right here, Binance. Nice. Okay, this one has a lot more liquidity. But yeah, if that is your case, then just let me know. So on this specifically, there is a lot of crosses. Let me break it down. So this is first and foremost. You have a death cross right here. Looks to be playing out pretty decent. Selling pressure is pretty decent. Nothing super substantial, but this correction right here was definitely because of this golden cross right here, or this death cross right here, where essentially the 20 crossed 200, which is huge. Let's see what else we got. Damn, there's a lot going on in this chart. Okay, so we're gonna have to take a big look at her. So I'm seeing a lot of support resistance ideas, so I'm going to just start drawing those out, getting everything documented. This is on the 15, and then we're going to work our way out. So potentially right here for sure, right? Yeah, right here. So right here is a big level that we're looking at right now. Essentially it comes down, finds support, comes down, finds support, breaks support, gets resistance. And potentially we're just testing this area right now if it's going to hit support. If it could hit support, it would basically back up this level right here as resistance, flip support, be huge, keep moving up. We'll see what happens with that. Other things to be looking at, it looks like you got an inverse head and shoulders right here. So let's get our drawing tool. So right here, shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline. And then we'll get a neckline. Neckline would be right about there. Measured move. Let me put this down while I'm working. So you get this, you get a trend line, draw the measured move, head and shoulders, draw it from the top to the neckline, inverse, put her out right here. Looks like it didn't hit the measured move of the inverse head and shoulders, just about. So essentially what that would show you is essentially the buying pressure, it's more so consolidating. It's not necessarily that, you know, you have that measure move and it didn't entirely fulfill it. So it's not like super bullish, but it's not super bearish because, or it's not super bearish because you have that death cross that ended up playing out and the price did move down. So the price does move down, it does move up. It's not like it's going to keep going up. It's not like it's finding major keys of resistance or support. It looks like it's pretty volatile and it's just kind of consolidating more than anything between these key levels. Another key level I would definitely look at, this could potentially be like a cup and handle, potentially. So take a look at this paintbrush. It's sloppy. It's a sloppy cup and handle, if anything. Jeez, sloppy handwriting. Potentially something like that. That's an arrow pointing up. So this is like a cup. This is like the handle shooting up. Sloppy, could work. On the more macro time frames, let's take a look at it. Take that off, get our drawing tool off. So taking a look at it, zooming out a little bit. It's definitely in a clear uptrend. It's constantly setting. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So essentially what you want to be looking at to continue this uptrend is, let's go to right here, horizontal line, boom. You want to be looking at this level right here. If it breaks this level, it's a higher high. Why is that like relatively extremely significant? It's because if it breaks this high, then it continues that uptrend, which is probably one of the best things it has going for it. That's really obvious on the chart. Let's zoom out a little bit more. So it's in an uptrend. It looks like, and then this could definitely be a cup and handles formation right here, which would be huge. This would be a massively decent breakout if that ends up happening. It's like we say in my trading group, buy the breakout. This could be huge. This could be huge. So, let's see. There's a lot of things you want to factor in though. Not to be pessimistic or anything, literally just being objective here is you want to keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance for sure. It's breaking into this level right here. That's nice. That's looking good. It found resistance at this 618 level. So this is what this tells me. This is exactly what this tells me. You break this blue line right here. Can we make this any bigger? It needs to be bigger. I'm going to make it white because this is a very obvious key support level. Or in this case right here, it's a resistance level. And it is absolutely massive. So if you can break this level right here, you enter into the golden pockets. I can't guarantee you anything. Here's the deal. And here's why I'm just a nice guy and I'm not going to give you a hard time, which is why I pulled up this chart. But you can't really do a lot of technical analysis on something that's this new because there's a lot of but basically, what do you call it? It's like uncharted territory. I don't remember the exact technical analysis word, but it's very risky, especially when cryptocurrencies first started out in 2017. You saw this with a lot of ICOs, but there's not a lot of chart history with this specific cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of potential, especially for this cup and handle formation to play out. But the essential risk that you're looking at is you don't have a massive amount of chart history. And so it's basically like no man's land. Like it's like we don't have enough history to really do technical analysis to the fullest extent to like a reasonable probability. Like, yes, I can tell you what the technical analysis can say, and it'll be as accurate as it possibly can be. But you shouldn't really put money on it from an investing standpoint, if that makes sense. And a lot of people are going to harp, and a lot of people are going to harp on me for even going over this and showing you this because you really shouldn't be doing technical analysis on something like this. If you like the project, get in on it, whatever. Trading it, not recommended. Cup and handle formation. This is definitely the level that I would be looking at. If this level breaks, and then if this level breaks, you're essentially just looking at this level. So, I mean, if I was cost-based averaging in and I like really wanted to long it, I would potentially long it right here, put a type stop loss. Not financial advice, by the way. But I would potentially open up a small position right here, put a tight stop loss. If the price pumps, I would take profits up to this level right here, maybe take 50% out, move up my stop loss above my entry price, cost-based average in a little bit more if it breaks this level right here, hit this level right here, potentially take out again like maybe 50% of my position, and then have my stop loss be right here, which would be like a really good guaranteed win, and then add a little bit more if it broke this area right here. That's not really good TA. That's not really good technical analysis. That's what I would do. I can't really. I have to tell you what the other technical analysts are going to tell you but I'm not going to be a mean stuck up guy and be like, I can't do technical analysis on that because it doesn't have enough price history. Let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you want to look at anything else. Let me know if you have any questions. BTC.D. This is the last thing I want to show you though. If you would like to pay attention, you have what is right here, which is called Bitcoin dominance. And this is a lot of how the market moves. Affecting altcoins, and the two that you just showed me are altcoins. So you have a small double bottom right here, looks like it broke the neckline, and then it looks like you just Bitcoin dominance, it looks like just broke this right here, which would have been a key possible resistance area. And then again, we're looking at this area right here, this golden pocket area, see how it interacts with that. And then if it breaks this level, again, you have this potential double bottom on Bitcoin dominance, which could be huge. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. Don't get wrecked in altcoins, especially if you're trading. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so it looks like it found support at that exact level that we were looking at. So again, I mean, this doesn't guarantee that it bounces there and heads to the moon, but like we were talking about, this is the first potential support area. We'll see if it holds. One of the main things I want to go over right now is RSI. And then I'm going to come back later. I just got like a lot of stuff I'm working on. I'm going into special forces. I went over to the recruiter's office and I was like freaking out, like in all these different like trades that I was doing, and the recruiters were laughing at me because I was in Bitcoin, and it was just really bad because like we were in there and I had like a huge trade opened and like I made a lot of money, and they were like laughing at me like before. They're like, this kid's so stupid, he's in Bitcoin. And I dropped out of freaking medical school. It's not like my first choice was the military, but I've always just wanted to be in special forces, even though I just made a bunch of money this year. So, anyways, I gotta go train and do a bunch of special forces stuff. But yeah, it's funny. My recruiters literally were like, I'm like, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I did Bitcoin or whatever and cryptocurrency. Dropped out of pharmacy school for that. I actually make more now doing this than pharmacy school, but it was just a no-brainer. But it's just funny. They were laughing at me. So anyways, I'm like in the office and I'm like trying to be like all humble and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I've just, spent a lot of time like involved in like stocks and real estate, and I was doing a lot of that during college and I was really successful with it. And I was just being like, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I've just looked at all the statistics. This is a bearish engulfing right here. So we'll see how that closes. But technically right here, this is a bearish engulfing, and this is a shooting star. So this support could not hold. This could just be a temporary support. So definitely in the cards. So that's what we're going to be looking at. RSI is a little overbought. What we could potentially see again is RSI bounce to 70 and then continue higher. But anyways, I'm like talking about Bitcoin, like, because they're like, oh, what are you like interested in and whatever. And I told them about cryptocurrency. And they were like laughing. They're like, this kid's such an idiot. And then I ended up I think Bitcoin like back then was like, I don't know. I think it was like 30 something, and then it like went to 42 on that pump, and I was making like stupid money. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like looking at my phone, and they were like, it was the funniest thing ever. You can't make it up. So it looks like Market Cypher's calling a top right here. But everybody, I think, in the crypto community has a massive amount of those stories. I have so many of those stories. So we have this right here, which is huge, bearish. And then essentially we just want some blue to essentially confirm that. And that's really what we're looking for right now on Bitcoin, is can we confirm this with both Market Cypher. We could potentially bounce. What I want to see is a bounce off the 70 potentially. That could happen. Or bounce at this 67 or higher. And then we have to negate this bearish candlestick, and then you got the shooting star right here. So this is a reversal type pattern. It's on the 1 hour. It looks like it does play back out into the 4 hour. But yeah, I gotta go do my workouts and stuff. But I'll be back on later to help you guys out. See, like it bounced right there. So potential fractal idea. This is a doji on the 4 hours. So this is really just showing indecision more than anything. And after this bullish pump, 2 bullish pumps, like having a quick, and then this would be a fractal idea. If we came down to right here, potentially consolidated a little bit, and then had another pump, that would just be a fractal of this idea right here. You have pump, fat doji, pump, fat doji, pump, potentially. That's all the different stuff we're looking at. Alrighty. I'll be back on later. If you have any questions, I'm going to stay on for like a few more seconds. If there's anybody that just has a question, I'm really just here to help more than anything. So just ask me. I'm very nice. I'm very down to earth. I'll help you out. And if you think you have a stupid question, doesn't matter. I don't think any questions are stupid. Like I said, I was top of my class in pharmacy school, and people thought I was stupid for doing blockchain. So, I really could care less about what people think is stupid or whatever. So, if you have any crypto questions, ask me. Let me know. I will answer them. Even if it's just about like what makes Bitcoin valuable or just anything. No questions? Alright. Sub to the channel if you want like information like constantly updating on these charts. I always tell my audience, my subscribers. I freaking love my subscribers. We might be like the most underrated channel by far. Yeah, I've called all the price action. That's fine, but that doesn't mean that like I don't love all my subscribers or that I'm not grateful for all 80 of them. Yeah, and that's really the case. I love every single one of my subscribers, and I honestly do mean that. And if you do subscribe, whether you come to me and you're in a long position and you're like, hey man, I messed up, I kind of over leveraged on a long position, can you help me out? I always take the time to help people out, blah blah blah. So if you are, trying to get into crypto, whatever, sub to the channel, take care of you. I seriously love every single one of my subscribers. And I'll keep you guys updated on exactly what you need to know. We're not just going to go on the 1 minute, the 30-second, and just play around. I always update people on Bitcoin dominance. That was huge. I think I was the only channel that really covered it. I talked about the potential pump that we just experienced. I actually had the measured move for it. Broke out of our falling wedge that we've been covering for a long time. Called the Ethereum pump. We've been pumping crazy good on Ethereum. Got into a long position, called the bottom on it, I think twice, and called that it was going to drop. So we've just been killing it all around. So, I mean, it's not bragging, just letting you know what you're getting yourself into. If you sub to the channel, I mean, I don't care. I only have 80 subs. It doesn't really matter. I'm just really here to help people out more than anything. So sub to the channel if you want to be updated, if you want to trade these markets with me. And more so than anything, I'm just bored. There's like nobody to talk to. So show up, chat it up. I'll help you out.